Hello, everybody. Anybody. Been a long time since I put myself on camera here, and feels a little bit strange doing a live stream. But what the hell? It's the end of the year, and everyone's doing their review videos, and I thought I would do something very similar as well so far. We're going to give it a couple of minutes to get going. I set things up and pour myself a beer, I think. It is Saturday night after all, isn't it? Okay. Hope everybody had a good Christmas and got some awesome plans for the new year. Just going to spend a couple of minutes. I've got a few things to set up. I've got pretty much a whole new setup going on with what I'm doing tonight, because I'm doing something pretty different. I've experimented with sort of having background music in the past, and it's never really worked out because it kind of gets a bit distorted with the with the hi Simon, bar humbug indeed, and Mr. Overkill, welcome aboard. Great to see everybody. I've experimented with background music and it's never really kind of worked out for me, never really been happy with it. So I started looking at how I could actually hook up my amp to my computer and do it in such a way that you can still hear me when I talk. So I could talk all over it and hopefully not get screwed for copyright. But there we go. Darcy, good to see you, my friend. Hope you had a good Christmas. So I didn't actually pick up a massive amount of albums, new releases, new 2023 releases this year. In all, I think I've got 15 to go through today, and my plan is I'm going to play a track from each one. Hey Marty, how you doing? Glad you could come in. Hope you had a good Christmas, mate. Surprisingly, out of those 15, I only actually bought 8 of them myself. 7 of them came from VCLT, actually 2 separate VCLTs from Jim Davis, that a few of you I think probably know through the VC. One of those packages only came in last week, and as I've not been making any videos for the last couple of months or so, I didn't do an opening video, although I've mentioned to him that I will have a listen to them all and let him know what I think. So I think I'll do more of that going forward. So there's going to be some things in here that I know really well that I've had for a while and I think are great. There's going to be some things in here I've maybe only tried once or twice and need to come back to. So it'll be a good chance to have another listen, and also I want to hear your guys' opinion as well. Kind of interested in there's quite a lot of sort of traditional heavy metal in here, a little bit of speed, a little bit of blackened speed as well. I wonder if you can guess who that might be, and some thrash as well. And I'm going to kind of alternate between the different styles. There's some CDs, there's some vinyl, and there's a tape. Oh, cool. Looks like some people are joining now. Hey, Kim. Welcome aboard. So let me see. So I'm going to kick off the first record. So the first one I'm going to play today, and this will probably take, I'm reckoning, 15 songs of various lengths, between probably about 3.5 minutes and 7 minutes. It's going to take me a good couple of hours to get through this, plus all the blather that goes on. I'm happy to have a chat when the music's playing. But the background music is going to be quite loud because that's what this video is all around about. But if you can't hear what I'm saying or think it's too loud, then do let me know in the comments, because I can't actually hear what you hear. I'll have the sound coming through, but it's kind of a different volume that I can hear than you. So first one I am going to play for you today is one that I came in last week, so I don't really know it that well at all. I've only spun it once or twice, and it's Icarus or Witch, and the No Devil Lived On. Hype Sticker tells me it's limited to 666. Who'd have thought 666? I mean, that's pretty unusual in the metal world, don't you think? And it's on purple marbled vinyl, although that is simulation only. Actual product may vary. Keep the messages coming in. I'll catch up on them when I've got the first record spinning. So I think this band is from the USA, Pittsburgh, and we've been going since 2003, and it's their 6th studio album, although I had never heard of them before. And the track I'm going to play is one called Shadow Chaser, which is third track of side 2. Right, I've not done this before. Let me know how it goes. Can't even see where track 3 begins. Do you know what? That's the trouble with semi-transparent vinyl. I can actually see the track starting on the B side as well. I think it's about there. Oh, there we go. Can you hear that? I have clearly missed some of the banter been going on so far. It's like when you walk into the middle of a conversation and you hear somebody saying, he told me in private that he enjoyed the chocolate shower, and you have no idea what you've walked into. Unless that's a private joke between you and someone else, Kim. Welcome aboard, sir. Good to have you here. So this is good old modern traditional heavy metal. Very, very clean sounding guitars and production. Too clean? So, turn it up. Helps if I actually is that better? Forgot to, I told you this is the first time I do this. Forgot to turn the actual music channel on. That should be much better. There you go. Thanks. So, everyone have a good Christmas? Yeah, I've got bass now. I've got bass, drums, vocals, everything. Tell you what, this live streaming lark is it's a bit more daunting. Usually I'm with my other wingmen in Contact in Blood. This is like flying the Millennium Falcon without Luke, Chewie, and Princess Leia. I'll let you decide which of the other Contact in Blood guys. I'm Han Solo, of course, flying solo tonight. Like I was saying, on the when a record's transparent and you're trying to figure out where track 1 starts and a track finishes, I've realised I actually put that in between tracks on the other side. So this song now coming in is actually Shadow Chaser. This is the from the first couple of listeners through. This is my favourite track from it. So yeah, so this is Icarus Witch, No Devil Lived On. It's still in the shrink because, as I say, literally I've got this in last week as some VCLT. I've never heard of the band before, and it's pretty decent. That's what they look like. Tonight I've even got a couple of albums to share that I've not even heard myself at all yet. One of them's still sealed, it only came in yesterday. Pre-order I did months ago, but just took a long time to get through. Yeah, it's pretty catchy. Probably a little tame for you, Simon. Has anyone actually heard of this band? So this is their 6th album. And I never heard of them myself before. Cool. This is actually a Canadian pressing, I believe. Yeah, Cleopatra Records. Hey, Christopher. Cool. That's another one to add to the list. Plenty of 2023 best of. So this isn't a best of for me today. I just don't know some of these albums well enough, and I didn't have enough really to do a top 10. I also struggle with end of year ranking videos. It's like if I've got a thrash album and a hard rock album, I'll like them both. It's like I can't say one's better than the other because it all depends if I'm more interested in listening to thrash or hard rock at the time as to which one is better for me. So I tend to sit on the fence and just show what I've picked up. But I say this is the first time I've thought about sharing it in this way. I get that. We knew what you meant, Kim. Don't worry about that. Wow, that is about 285 more than I've picked up this year. Although I have listened to a few more online. Wow, we'll have to wait and see, Darcy. That'll be coming a little bit later. You know it will. Oh, wait. Right, okay, that was Icarus Witch and Shadow Chaser. Next one I'm going to chuck on is a CD. Well, kind of chuck on. So this is Tantrum and Another Life. These are a Scottish band. They're from Glasgow. This is a self-released album, 10 track. It's their, I think it's their second or third full album, second full album, but they've done a number of other EPs as well. What I'm going to do though is I'm not going to play the physical copy because this is, I think it's a CDR actually, and my CD player doesn't really like CDRs, so I've got the FLAC lossless version that I've downloaded off Bandcamp, and the track I am going to play for you is called Sands of Time. I've not really tested the volume of the digital stuff I'm going to be playing. There's only going to be 2 tracks tonight. For reasons I'll explain, like it's a CDR. So let me know the volume as we go through, whether it could be louder, and you can still hear me, or maybe you don't want to hear me and you want it turned right the way up. Thomas, thanks for joining, mate. Nice to see you upload a video recently. Been a while. I've not actually got around to watching it myself yet. Been a little bit busy, but I've got it on my watch later list. They do indeed. But yes, this year I was being very picky. I've got quite a few reissues and stuff going on, but nothing too major. What do we think of Tantrum? Believe it or not, Mr. King, you'll be hearing a track from Elm Street coming up sometime this evening. 5 or 6 songs time, maybe. So if anyone has not given the new Elm Street a spin, they will get a sample coming up a bit later on tonight. I've seen Tantrum 3 or 4 times live now, and between the first time and the last time they've changed vocalists 3 times, and the lineup that they've got now has no original members in it at all, which is a bit bizarre. But this album, so what we're listening to at the moment, is the song is called Rise of Nama 1, Sands of Time. It's Rise of Nama is a trilogy on this album. There were 2 original members on this, I think, when they recorded it, but they're both since left. Kind of hemorrhage members. I like them. I was actually surprised. I'd given up on them, to be honest with you. I'd heard like all the members had left, but I saw them supporting Tail Gunner when they played in Edinburgh, and they impressed me. I bought that from the merch table. Yeah, it's very you could call it a little bit generic, but it's the sort of metal I like. Actually, that reminds me, Thomas, I did watch the first few minutes of your video, and you're going to absolutely hate this live stream because everything is from 2023. So, sorry about that. Yes, Marty, it is on Bandcamp. They've got a few. Their last singer was very different. They've not tried to replace singers with the same sound at all. He was a lot more sort of soaring, melodic than the last guy, whereas this guy's a little bit more, I guess, classic heavy metal sounding. There we go. So that was, one more time, Tantrum and Sands of Time on the album Another Life. Another album I got in last week. Do you know what? This is me doing this for the first time. I was supposed to put that album away seamlessly while chatting, so I could put the next album on, and it would all look completely and utterly professional. But never mind. Starts with me to go on. My first, Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons, Kings of the Asylum, Nucleus Blast Records from this year. It's a VCLT I got from Jim last week. I've literally only played this once before. It's a gatefold, it's still sealed, so I'm going to crack that open now as well. The track I'm going to play from this album is called Show No Mercy. It's listed as being on side A, but the labels are the wrong way around, so it shows A as B, B as A. But thankfully the album is not transparent, so I can actually see the tracks this time round. So it should be track 2. Put that there. I've got a bit of jiggery pokery in the background while I make sure the right channel is coming through. And we'll try on 33 this time. We will try on 33 this time. Isn't it funny how you can throw records on super easy when you sit in front of a damn camera and then you start playing things at 45. So here we go. Very cool cover. This is my first taste, as I say, with Phil Campbell. Obviously Phil Campbell from Motorhead, the Welsh bastard as he's known. From my home country. Purple vinyl, strictly limited edition, although limited to 2,700, which doesn't seem particularly limited this day, does it? It seems quite like a lot. I can't imagine it's something like that. So, first look at the... There we go. First look at the gatefold, and wasn't that worth the wait. Also, the link sheet in the middle with some cool artwork on that as well. It's just honestly smooth. Clearly, I was not a DJ in a previous life, nor this life, and I doubt I will qualify. Yeah, thanks, Thomas. There's always some people out there to keep it real. Ghosts. Yeah, I don't know these tracks well enough from name yet, but I say from start to finish, I think it's a decent album, very decent album. Bird flipping and all. This would have been a good addition to probably a few years ago now. I did a video called something like A Bunch of Bastards, where I picked out all albums that had either the word bastard in the band name, the album title, or a song, and it was totally stupid video, but one of my favourites, to be honest with you. Stupid video. Yeah. Short and sweet, that one. Right, now the plan is, when I'm playing the next one, I will put that one away. But let's just see if I can remember. Maybe if I say it out loud, I will. We're getting through this a little bit quicker than I thought we would, actually. This is quite good. Maybe I'll get an early night after all. Yeah, it is very clean. It's very modern production, isn't it? But, yeah, I like it. I like it. And I'm glad that you think it's not too bad, honestly, because that seems high praise from you, Thomas. Okay, this one's a tape. This is a Megaton Sword, Might and Power. They released their third album this year. Let's avoid the glare. I'll show you the awesome artwork. It looks more like a death metal band, really, with the artwork. Now, this is a tape, and it was too much of a hassle for me to try and queue up the song that I wanted to play, which is called Cowards Remain. So I'm going to cheat again and fire it up from the Bandcamp download. that I got with it. So I have all my, I've shown this before, I have this little lossless media player that whenever I buy a CD, I immediately rip so I can play it on the go, or when I've bought an album, I go away and get the torrent and stick it on here as well. I kind of don't feel bad about getting the torrents if I've already gone out and bought the album and I want to do it digitally, because obviously vinyl is so restrictive in where you can play it. As much as I love it, you can't really take it with you, can you? So Might and Power, this song is called Cowards Remain, and if I get the channel selected correctly, I should be able to hear it. Hi Gord, great to see you, mate. Yeah, this band's great. I have it on tape because I bought the first 2 albums of theirs on tape. I felt that I had to get it, but the first 2 albums came out before Brexit, and this is on Dying Victims production, so it's a pain in the ass to buy any of their stuff in the UK now at a decent price. I ended up buying it off Bandcamp, the band's Swiss. Order it from Switzerland, paying the postage from Switzerland for cheaper than a company like Dying Victim Productions could actually do for me. This is the shell. As I say, we're listening to the digital copy, so I didn't have to get through trying to figure out where the tape started and finished. 8-track album, kind of epic method really. I really like them. Yeah, they're a great band. Well worth checking out. Like the vocals as well. If anyone picked up any albums over Christmas, let me know what you've done in the comments. I'd like to hear what people have got. I didn't get so much myself. I just got a CD and an album that actually got Iron Maiden bootleg there off my wife, which was very nice. Turning you. I'm looking forward to your 2024 releases at the end of this one and then next year. Yeah, they're not, the whole album isn't like this. There's a few that are a little bit more melodic on there, but they're one of those bands that's kind of not decided on what their sound is and then having to repeat it every album because it's all they know. They've only had that one set of influences. Maybe when I've had a couple of beers, Marty, I'll pass on my thoughts about Tailgunner. I'm one of the few people that aren't a big fan, if I'm honest with you. But we can get into that later. So no, you wouldn't actually see Tailgunner. If anyone was kind of expected traditional metal Tailgunner to appear on here, nope. Oh, that's good. Have you got the first Metal for Mothers and there's an EP as well called Mother's Pride, which has 4 tracks on it. You want to get the complete set. I haven't picked up the new Overkill yet, I have to say. It's one I will get, but I want to get it on vinyl and I want to try and snag it if it ever comes on sale. Nice one, go on. So that was Coward's Remain from Megaton Sword, Might and Power, Die Invictus production. Decent album. It's not all the same. That's one of my favourite tracks off the album, but the album has a lot of different elements to it if you want to go and check that one out. Bandcamp as well. Yeah, cool vocal. One of the things that differentiates a lot of bands for me is, well, makes or breaks them, to be honest with you, is the vocal style. I've even got a couple in here today where I'm just still on the fence. What I'm not on the fence at all about, and this is one of my albums of the year, a near perfect album for me, and this is Road Wolf and Midnight Lightning. Again, I got this as VCLT from Jim earlier on in the year. Absolutely terrific album. The track I'm going to play is called Mark of the Devil. The CD this time. Let's just get everything lined up. I've got a little control panel down here if you're wondering what I'm doing, but it kind of gets hidden whenever I put the video window back up. So, but we want track 3. Have a listen to this a bit. Liberal vocals. Get it open, Simon. So these guys are Austrian. Yeah, these are Austrian, and this is their second album. I've not heard the first album. Sort of galloping, traditional heavy metal, powerful vocals. Oh, he was. He must have been a very good boy. Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, it's Austrian, Darcy. Yeah, I want this one on vinyl as well, but on Amazon it's like 27 quid and Untitled, so that's on the watch list. That's a good album, Simon. Embrace your inner man of war. Get on it. Welcome aboard. This is Napalm Records, so German pressing. Now, I said this is a near perfect album. What lets it down for me is there's a song on here called High Under Pressure, which is a real sort of rock and roll out. It's not metal like this, it's much more almost sort of Motorhead rock and roll, but it has this weird bit in the middle where there's just this saxophone thing going on, and if you know me in saxophone, that's a skip. That's a skip for me. It's a great song up to that point, gets you really built up, and then they just put some fucking saxophone in there. I'm thinking, why would anybody do that? Why would you? It's a 9.5 out of 10 album for me now because of that saxophone. I also think this vocalist is, while not sounding exactly like him, would be a great choice for a Guns N' Roses tribute band. I think he's got Axl-esque parts of his voice, although he's probably a better vocalist than Axl Rose ever was. Yeah, there we go. I think that probably works out roughly about the price we get over here. 9. Nice mix. Hey Pazzy, anyway. Nice to see you, man. I prefer... yeah. Well, I'd have to ask my wife that. Yep. Austria. Quite a long song, this one, so it gives me a chance to not panic about what's coming up next. Actually, talking about what's coming up next. Does anyone know this album? If you do know it and you know it well, recommend a track to play because it's coming up next. And it only arrived yesterday, so I've not even cracked the seal. Yeah, I know Liquid Steel. I've got a couple of their albums. Pretty good. I think the first one is better than the second. Yeah, that's the what I've got. Midnight Chaser. Decent album. But not for... I've got another one on CD, but that's not quite reachable. What an awesome song. As I say, that was Mark of the Devil by Roadwolf off Midnight Lightning. So next up is this band called Kerrigan that I know very little about. About, what, 4 months ago, Amazon had this crazy, German heavy metal, Blood Moon. Okay, we're gonna go with Blood Moon when I get it open. Amazon had this crazy sale where they were selling a load of high roller records, brand new releases for £6.99, which seemed a mistake, but I know myself and the other Contacting Blood guys jumped on a lot of them. There was the Destruction Mad Butcher EP, there was this one, Kerrigan, there's the Air Raid album from 2017 that was just re-released this year, and the Elm Street album as well, which is coming up, and they were all £6.99, and I hadn't heard of most of those bands, but I just bought them anyway because £6.99 for brand new vinyl is ridiculous. However, lots of other people jumped on it as well, and this was the last one to arrive, and it literally took 4 months for it to turn up. But I was going to cancel the order. They kept saying, "Oh, it's delayed," while still selling the album for 30 odd quid. Obviously, trying to recoup their losses. Yeah, it is high roller. So I have cracked open the seal. So this is my first look of this album. Never played. I did hear a track just to make sure it'd be something I'd be interested in. But being high roller, it's always fantastically well put together. Nice sort of matte gatefold inner. Look like they're a two-piece. I had no idea about that. It's kind of a poor man's thrash collage on the back. But yeah, nicely put together stock. That's pretty cool. High roller never let me down. In fact, the only time they let me down is when I can't order the stuff very well anymore after the Brexit fiasco. But this poster as well. Yeah, pretty cool. I say it's only arrived yesterday. I know the vocals are different on here, so I don't know if this is one that's going to be a bit of a grower. It's on black vinyl, but who was it? So it was Marty recommended Blood Moon. So if you don't like this track, then you know who to point your wrath at. And look at that. I didn't put away the last record. Told you. And nobody thought to remind me in the comments either. Shame on you, all of you. Okay. Let's cue this all up. Bish, bash. Bosh. Oh, nailed it. Almost nailed it. Clicked on the 45 then. I never do. But twice tonight already. Okay. Yeah, totally insane. I didn't think that they would. I didn't think that they would pull through with the offer. I thought they would make some excuse to cancel it. Yeah, nice one, Marty. I know a couple of other guys did as well. Pressure, all of my own making. Nobody, I come free. Available for all kids' parties, weddings, and bar mitzvahs. The trouble is, it's my first beer, so that's the problem. Oh, I wouldn't quite call my performance magnificent so far, Roger, but I'm delighted to have you on board, my friends. Hope you had a good Christmas and New Year. You know, the vocals remind me a little bit of this band. Yeah, remind me a little bit of this band, Night. But Night are, I think they're Swedish and a lot more 70s sounding. This is more metal, but similar sort of vocals. That's High Tides and Distant Skies by Night. I'm sure you'll hear a few more. I don't know what I'm doing there tonight. I mean, the button's right next to the turntable, but I never hit that button. Put the record on. Off my game, Simon. Off my game. Yes, they are. It took a while to track down all their albums, Martin, but I got there. Cool band. I I think I like this. You need to get used to the vocals though, but how many Night albums? I think there were 4 in total. The first, it's just self-titled, I think. And Soldiers of Time, Raft of the World, and High Tides in Distant Skies. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm looking forward to giving this a proper spin. Now this, I have heard one of the other tracks on here, but I don't know what it's called because are you guys familiar with the on YouTube the New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal full albums channel? They just every day they release sort of a new a recent New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal band style album that's been released, and this made their top 20, and he's got a video out at the moment, the guy that runs that channel, with his top 20 songs or songs from his top 20 albums, and one of the songs from this album is played on there, but I don't know which one it is because he hasn't got the titles on there, but it's a fantastic channel. And another album I'm going to show later was also influenced by that channel as well. Right, next, a couple of people have mentioned this one already. So this is Elm Street, The Great Tribulation. I knew little about this band. In fact, it was Mark G that pointed me at it. And again, it was one of those crazy $6.99 jobs on Amazon. I've seen it described as thrash. I've seen it described as traditional metal. Haven't played this a couple of times. I think it's more traditional metal with some sort of thrashy elements to it than being full on thrash. It's a Massacre Records release. And the track I'm going to put on is not on the album. Hold on, I need to check something. I think I have downloaded the CD version, and I think there might be more tracks on the CD version, which is now why I'm totally confused. Where's Elm Street? Yeah, so the CD version, which I have a digital copy of, has about 8 or 9 tracks on it, whereas the album has 7 tracks on it. So let's go to you guys. Recommend me a track to play off Elm Street. I don't know this album well enough yet to know which song matches which title. I just picked one out when I was listening to the CD version earlier, and I matched the track name to that one. So I don't know this well enough to know the track names off it. So anybody got a recommendation off it? I know a few people were talking about Elm Street earlier. If not, I am just going to I'm going to avoid the first track because I know that one is 11 minutes long. What sounds like a good song? If Provoked Will Strike sounds like that might be a good song. So we'll go for that one. Last track on side A. Trying desperately not to press the speed button. Oh, the end of that track sounds pretty cool. So, Elm Street, The Great Tribulation. Yes, it's only happens on live TV. No poster. So, Elm Street, The Great Tribulation. Yeah, sorry John, I'm so on. I'm so faffing about that I completely missed that gag and went straight in my head. What a giggle. What a nightmare. You bastard. Hey Fraser, how we doing? Just chilling out, spinning some tracks from the 2023 albums that I have picked up. Having a chat in the comments. So a few people, if you've just joined recently, a few people have been sharing what they've got music-wise for Christmas. I would like to see what I've probably missed out, because my 2023 intake was fairly low, I have to say. I find the vocals a bit shouty, not bad, just a bit shouty. It sounds a little bit forced to me, but I probably just need to give it more time. That's right. I should have played to Take the Night. We're about halfway through this song. Should I knock it on the head and play Take the Night? Comes recommended from our very own Darcy, such as 9 Lives. Okay, no, I'm gonna take Darcy's recommendation and put it onto Take the Night. That's actually one of the short ones, isn't it? Yeah, everything on this album is like 7 minutes long and above, but Take the Night and I think The Price of War are both under 4 minutes. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Great intro. I only have one Rolling Stones album, and that's a compilation that is my dad's that I'm currently selling on eBay for it. Oh, nice one. What's that book called? I like books like that. I guess it's kind of like a coffee table book. Yeah. Definitely. Not so bad on this one though, doesn't sound so forced. Nice one. I will have a look out for that. So that sounds like that's the book about metal album covers. Nice one, thanks mate. All good, no baloney, all good. Absolutely butchering the task of DJing some 2023 records, but I'm enjoying it nonetheless. Yeah, so this song in the background is by a band called Elm Street, Australian. The Great Tribulation, and the track was Darcy's recommendation, Take the Night. It's not an album I'm that familiar with. I'm struggling to give it repeated listens because the vocals haven't quite clicked with me yet. But musically, I think it's great. If Simon's happy, I'm happy. Yeah, that was a good track, Darcy. I think that was one of the ones I was originally thinking of putting it on, but I thought would be perhaps a little too short. But there we go. It's probably one of the better tracks off the album, maybe because it is so short. An opening track of 11 minutes, though. That's Iron Maiden territory, and these are no Iron Maiden. Incidentally, so the choice of shirt tonight is the Somewhere Back on Time, what they call it, whatever they call the last tour. My favourite show of 2023. I saw some great bands in 2023, but seeing Maiden again and playing so many songs from Somewhere in Time was absolutely tremendous. I've only actually seen Maiden once before, and that was on the Book of Souls tour in 2016. I think that was just after Bruce had been given the all clear with his cancer, and it was fantastic seeing them that time. And I would have been happy forever having seen Iron Maiden finally at last, having missed out so many times before. But they were so good on this last tour, honestly. I know they've got the American and the Canadian leg of it to go. Brilliant show. Everybody sounded on top form. Yeah, absolutely killer show. I went along with the Rock Scout, if anyone remembers him. Was that a CD glam sleaze band called Electric Angels? I haven't heard half the stuff you come up with, John, to be fair, but certainly not on the glam sleaze side. That's not really my comfort zone. Yes, yeah, badass brown belt. That's actually what it says on the back. It's branded badass brown belt. Okay, that's. The next one is a band that I first heard a few months ago now on the New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal full albums channel. Kind of like a blackened speed metal, kind of like, but not the same, not really comparable with Hellripper, but enough to pique my interest. And that was Cruel Force and Dawn of the Axe. I put it on my wish list straight away, but I think it's a US pressing. It's on Shadow Kingdom Records. Not the easiest to come across in the UK. I just caught up on one of Jürgen, our German friend, third end of year video, and he listed this as one of his favourite albums. It's their third album. I hadn't heard of them before, but this landed on my doorstep last week, courtesy of VCLT from Jim Davis, and it was a really nice surprise. I do like a white vinyl. I hate clear vinyl. I hate clear vinyl with a passion, but I don't mind white vinyl at all, although again finding the track listings is going to be difficult. Now again, I don't know this album well enough to I've only listened to it once all the way through. to know the songs, but the song Across the Sticks is one that sounds like it should be good. So I'm going to put that one on first. And if anyone has any other recommendations from this album, I might give this one a couple of songs, because it really is good. What's that? So that's track 2. In fact, it looks like there's an intro on here as well. There's a really short piece called Watchtower of Abra. I'm going to stick that on as well because it's right at the start. No queuing up necessary. So we'll play the first couple of tracks off here. The first one sounds most like an intro by the looks of it. Me too. Is that the Cruel Force, Marty? Nice thing stuff. Yeah. Very much an intro. There's the poster. Check out the band names. GG Alex, not so much, but Carnivore on vocals, Slaughter on guitars and synths, and Spider on bass. You don't get much more metal than that, apart from GG Alex, maybe. This is Across the Sticks. I've kind of not been interested in anything new that Girls School have done, to be honest with you, since the 80s. Although I may be alone with that opinion. Perhaps I should take my blinkers off and give that one a go. Show it play there. I mentioned this is their third album. First I heard it was on that New Wave Traditional Heavy Metal Full Albums channel. I'm going to check out some of the stuff as well. Good shit. Has has that vibe. This one's going to get a lot more spins. I like all the pace changes. No, I like that sometimes. Sometimes it can be too much, but I think they've done it well on this one. No idea how long this one is. Oh yes, I like that a lot. So just as a reminder, that was Cruel Force and Dawn of the Axe. That cover reminds me of I didn't even forget it as soon as I said it out loud. I think they're a Belgian band called Crossfire. I'm gonna have to find it now. I hate having brain farts like this. So yeah, there we go. That kind of reminds me of See You in Hell by Crossfire from, where was that from? 1984. Nearly 40 years between them. Nobody has any new ideas, do they? Oh, great album that. Cruel Force, Dawn of the Axe, a nice sort of bit of blackened speed metal. Right, next up, one that is I think fairly popular. Lots of metalheads will have it. Metal Church, Congregation of Annihilation, the first to feature Mark Lopez on vocals, who I think does an absolute tremendous job. I mean, unfortunately, not unfortunately, I'm glad they decided to carry on. Unfortunately, they couldn't do that with Mike Howe, obviously, but they have found a singer that can do, I think, all of the old stuff and sound like he belongs in Metal Church, but not be a complete clone of the previous two vocalists at all. I think this album is absolutely superb. It's instantly recognisable as a Metal Church album. If you'd have just played it and I wouldn't know what you're playing, I'd say straight away, is that the new Metal Church? The 13th studio album, I think this is, not including things like the Vault and stuff like that. And they've consistently released records over the last 40 years. I don't think they've had more than like a 6-year break between albums. They're not one of these bands that's had a long hiatus and then came back just because the going is good in metal again. This is one of my albums of the year. I absolutely love it. I hold it in that high esteem. Again, this is one I got off Jim Davis earlier in the year. So it's the US pressing, so it doesn't have the additional bonus tracks on. It's got this kind of weird camo style vinyl to it, which is, what do they call it? Gold and black, but it's kind of more khaki and black, really, more camouflage. So I think I'm going to play the title track, because I do like that one. I think it shows off his vocals well. So that's track 2, side 1, track 2. I think that's going to be a very, very tough one, Darcy, and one I'm looking forward to. There's still a couple of mid-era Metal Church albums that I've never heard properly. One of them really difficult ones to get. It's not impossible on vinyl if they've ever been released. But this I think I prefer to the last two. I really enjoyed the last two albums that they put out. So they've got their own signature sound. They're not trying to be anybody else, but they're also not trying to release the same album. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, certainly no gold in that hat. Still with it though. You see, you guys, I didn't even question it, just put it on. Loved it all as a package. And, I never tend to over-analyse music. Not saying that you guys do particularly. I know some people get into the different tone of the drums or what have you, but I just, it all sounds good to my uneducated musical ears. But I'm all for it. I didn't know that if they were thinking of him. I don't know. I think they made the right choice at the end of the day with Lopez. So this is the US rock pack version. Miracle Inner. Bizarrely, it came with this what do they call it? Limited print. It's just a bit cardboard. It's just like, oh wow, thanks, you've added another printed bit of cardboard in there, and called it a limited print. And then the hype sticker says it's limited print number 599. You think they put that on the print, wouldn't you? It's just, otherwise it's just a piece of paper. And also it didn't come in the album. The album came in like one of those Blake sleeves. And this was in with it, not in the album. Very bizarre. It's like it's almost an afterthought that they decided to, oh god, we need a gimmick. What can we do? Or we've got those mini bits of cardboard that we use to show off the artwork. Let's call them limited prints, not put a number on them, and then add them to the hype sticker. There we have it. Yeah, that album though, great. Start to finish, I think. Really, I honestly had it for a few weeks before I played it, because I was thinking, am I really ready to hear Metal Church with another vocalist? I didn't originally get into Mike Howe, I'll be honest with you, back in the 80s, because it wasn't David Wayne, and David Wayne was my intro to Metal Church, and Mike Howe was different enough for me to think, do I really want to bother following this band anymore? But Mike Howe won me over, and Lopez did it a hell of a lot quicker. So great choice. I'm glad they're still going and still putting out great music. So we have it. That was the title track from Congregation of Annihilation by Metal Church. Right, what are we having next? It's another album. This one is a band I've been following for some time, from Ireland, and it's the new album by Gamma Bomb called Bats. And there's nobody like Gamma Bomb out there at the moment. There's this whole new wave of traditional thrash, old school thrash format where bands are just basically pulling all the good bits out of the 80s thrash and rehashing them. They'll put an album out, it'll sound good because they've put their own little twist on it, and then the next album they put out, there's nowhere for them to go. There's really nowhere to go in thrash, really, is there? Thrash was such a short-lived but fantastic genre. But Gamma Bomb have done it. They've got their own signature sound. You know, as soon as you put an album on, it's Gamma Bomb. They're one of these bands where the vocalist Philip Byrne is he's like an extra instrument, and his vocal style is really unique, and he adds so much more to the songs, along with Domo Dixon, his riffs as well. Great stuff. Is it my favourite Gamma Bomb album? I don't think it is. I think there are some bits on here that don't stand up to some of the earlier albums, and this is their 6th or 7th album. They've been going for about 20 years. I've seen them live twice in the last couple of years, actually. Clear vinyl. Ugh, hate clear vinyl. Hate clear vinyl with a passion. I didn't get the choice though, because I bought it off Amazon. I didn't know what colour I was getting. But again, this is also an album that is would be really high, but lets itself down because the last track has a kind of saxophone shittiness going on with it that destroys it for me. I'm sure they did that just to piss me off because they knew I'd be buying this album, and they thought we're gonna give him a belter of an album, and then we're gonna chuck some saxophone in at the end just to piss him off. But there we go. I'm gonna put on Rusted Gold, which is the kind of the third track. I can't see the track. Can't see the track spacers on a clear vinyl album. So I am going to attempt to find Rusted Gold. We'll assume that. If not, you'll end up getting a couple of tracks. So that should be Egyptron, Living Dead in Beverly Hills, Rusted Gold. I'm going to guess around here. Eighth album, thanks Chelsea. Nope, this is Living Dead in Beverly Hills. Egyptian slogan. Do you know what? We're going to have Living Dead in Beverly Hills, and then we're going to go into Rusted Gold because I love this album. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Baloney. Much appreciated. Nothing would take me further from the horn than the saxophone. Now, I'm not saying the saxophone is bad. I mean, it's got its place in music. It just doesn't have its place in that. There would be a video of me. I could pull out a selection of albums that I've got that I keep because the albums are really good, but one track has that saxophone on it, and part of me dies every time I hear it. And sometimes they take me by surprise. You know, on an album, you kind of forget that bit's on there. There you go, quick commercial break for John. I thought, can I cover it up? But no, it was clearly, I was Anyway, that was Living Dead in Beverly Hills, and we're going into Rusted Gold now. This is one of my favourite songs off the album. You really hear what I mean about Finney's vocals being just like that extra level to the songs. Given the amount of hair that you have, Kim, I will take your word for that. One thing you get with Gamma Bomb is they always kind of ham up their album covers like movies. This is all laid out in movie poster format. And the lyric sheet is incredibly well designed. Like cinema reviews. Fantastic. the Gamma Bomb album, Untouchable Glory, was one of the best album package covers, the whole movie thing you'll ever see. Absolutely. They have that level of humour without being a joke band by any means, and their shows are absolutely fantastic. The banter that Freddie puts in between the songs is brilliant. Another banger of an album coming up for you next. Yeah, they have a real mix of styles, Kim. They just don't do traditional thrash. But again, every album you hear from them, apart from the first album was very much, oh my god, we've got a record deal, we're influenced by thrash. It's more of an 80s influenced thrash album, but they progressed their style, and after about 3 albums, Philly's voice really matured, and every album after that has just been superb. I think you mean secular soul, Darcy. We'll keep that one. We'll maybe come back to that one later. I already know that this whole video is going to just get ravaged by copyright strikes, so it may not last much beyond the live stream that we have today. But who knows? Let YouTube slap it full of videos and rinse me for every penny they can. That's so good. That's so good. Remind me later, Darcy. Maybe we'll come back to that one, as I say, because you're gonna like the next one. Yeah, Miami Super Cops, a brilliant song. I struggle to remember what albums that's off, but you cannot go wrong with Gamma Bomb. I need a nice new. Oh, I'll talk about that later. I've not put it in a nice new polyline sleeve as yet. But Gamma, I mean, this is a band I bought pretty much day of release. Fantastic. So you heard 2 songs there off the album Bats, and that was Living Dead in Beverly Hills and Rusted Gold. Again, I couldn't find the start of the track because it's transparent clear vinyl. Yeah, totally fun band, and they know they are, and as I say, that they are fantastic live. I actually saw them, they were headlining, and Hell Ripper were supporting them, and James McBain of Hell Ripper, obviously one-man blackened speed metal outfit, is a big fan of Gamma Bomb, so he was touring with them. I think it was at the end of like 2022, and it was one where I saw in Edinburgh, and Metal Mickey and the Rock Scout came along as well, and we got to meet James in person. We did an interview with him during lockdown after he released the previous album, The Affair of the Poisons, on our one of our early Contact in Blood live streams, and he's such a nice fella, and he's kind of getting better and better. There's a little bit more on the black metal side of things on here. This is the green vinyl version. So I don't know if it is my favourite album because of that, because I'm really not into that black metal scene at all, but you can't go wrong. There's lots of songs on here I could have chosen, but I'm going to go for a slightly deeper cut. I'm going to go for Poison Womb, The Curse of the Witch, track 3, side 2. Ain't that the truth? I only got one for playing the Maiden song, but it wasn't a copyright strike. It was just like they just dinged it to say that they found the error. Yeah, James McBain lives, I think he lives up towards Aberdeen way, in the middle of nowhere. Just probably quite bleak landscape, which obviously feeds into the awesome don't I? I thought I did. No, I do like Venom, especially the early Venom. That was another choice of mine, as was the Knuckle of the I would have gone for Goat Vomit Nightmare. Goat Vomit Nightmare. Go and listen to it if you like it. It is just basically Motorhead on speed, and Motorhead were on speed to start with, so it's Motorhead on speed. It's a great track. Well, I'm afraid I should play Top Gun, to be honest with you. You know what? I've never seen that film all the way through. I just cannot. It just doesn't perform at all. Maybe one day. World domination is James McBain's next step, I believe. Great artwork. Very little talking over this one. Right, I don't know Toxic Holocaust that well at all. Although they never really clicked in me when I did listen to them stuff. Well, maybe I should check him out again. Nice one. So that's Hellripper, Warlocks, Grim and Withered Hags. And the tune was called Poison Womb, the Curse of the Witch. I know there's lots of Hellripper fans out there on in the metal portion of the VC. I've seen this album pop up on a lot of people's end of year lists, even the top of some of them, eh, Darcy? The stellar new studio album of hyperspeed black and thrash albums from Scotland's leading force of metal. The hype sticker does not lie. Okay, we're coming to the home straight now, and these are all in completely random order. They're not in any best of order by any means at all. I was just trying to mix up the styles a little bit as we move through the time that we're going on here. Now the next one, again, this was a VCLT. This was an album that I'd never heard before, so it was completely, or a band I'd never heard before as well. And this is Millennium with the album The Sign of the Devil. That's what they look like. I knew nothing about this band. What I have found out is that they originally formed in the early 80s. So these are guys that were kind of part of, or the part of the tail end, really. If they formed in, I think it was around 82, heavily influenced by the new wave of British heavy metal movement. They released one album in 1984. Never heard it. I don't know what it's called. I did look it up, but I can't remember. Nice bit of goat action going on to follow Hellripper. I think they called it a day in the late 80s and had a few hiatuses even through the 80s, and they reformed apparently in 2015 and released their second album in 2017. Now this is their fourth album. I know nothing about those other albums. But I'm going to catch up with the comments in a bit, because I've seen some people obviously do know this album. So this is their fourth studio album. Before this weekend, I'd only played it once and it didn't click with me. Again, vocally it didn't. But as I was trying to choose a song to play, I was picking into it and sampling bits, and it was a lot easier to consume rather than the whole album in one go. So I do need to revisit it. The music's really good. It's on a gold vinyl. The track I'm going to play, I think, is the opening track called There Is a Devil. Let me know what you think in the comments, if this is a new band to you. If you've heard of any of their other albums or their 80s stuff. Again, let me know what's worth checking out. Actually, this is something I maybe think we're doing more going forward than the traditional VC videos. Having done videos really for 8 years and the same format over and over again, this is a vocals, you see. Again, a bit shouty. Let me know what you think. And this isn't the shoutiest song. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing this rather than updates, because I'm not necessarily buying a lot of new stuff. Getting rid of stuff to get my collection to be the best collection it can be without having a lot of deadwood in it. And things like contests I've not really been jumping on, threads I've not been jumping on, and even things like ECLT stuff, I'd rather listen to what someone sent me and give my opinion rather than open something and go, don't know what it is, don't know what it is, don't know what it is. So I'm going to change it up a little bit next year. Probably less often, but maybe more live streams like this where I'll do what's spinning, but actually spin the bastards, to be honest with you. It's grown on me. I have to admit, it's grown on me. Definitely that new wave of British heavy metal influence in there. It's the original singer from the 80s stuff. Again, I need to check that out. I wonder how much his voice has changed. I guess it will have changed in 40 years since the first album came out next year. next up is an album that I literally just took out the strings today. So if you know Warship and the Third Wave, let me know what track to play. Otherwise I'm just going to pick one at random because I have literally no idea. I only got it last week. I know nothing about them. I've never heard it. I thought I would have it as a complete surprise and hear it for the first time today. I don't even know that well to know where the song is. Yeah, Jason, it's kind of... I expected you to say that you actually had the album from 84, but there we go. Been able to draw out a song as well. Still missed it. Okay, so Warship, anybody? Yep, same here. Okay, so I'm going to bang this CD on, and we're going to pick a track at random. So let's see how this one sounds. Okay, so they are look like they're a three-piece band. Hold on, where are they from? I think I wrote down where they're from at least. They're Greek, actually. We have Captain Foris. Oh, I should not have started reading Greek names. Goodness me. Foris Nitrikos, Mr. Dimitris Bekrakis, honestly, and Mr. Manos Zervos. So three-piece power trio. Believe they're traditional heavy metal. We've got songs: The Fall of the Empire, Between Life and Death, Enemy at the Gates, Wake Up, The Great Warrior, Free Again, and Warship. I did notice that Warship was the longest track on the album. It's their self-titled song, isn't it? I should go with that one. Track 7. Let's see how long it is. Oh, 7. That's definitely a shit. 7 minutes 55. So give us time to chat a bit while we listen to this in the background. I do, Fraser. That's one that I've got all the High Spirit stuff on vinyl, and I want that one, but it's on High Roller, so it's kind of hard to get. So I'm going to have to figure out how I get that one into the collection at a tight arse price. So it fits in nicely with all my other tight arse purchases that I have on the shelves. So this is 7 minutes 55, but it sounds like it's going to be a bit of warfare to start with. I'm expecting an explosion and then to kick in with the music. That's what I'm hoping for out of this. It's foghorn is actually better than saxophone, I have to admit. Yeah, so 2024 for me, there's the obvious ones like Priest, Saxon, Bruce Dickinson, but I don't know, I'm just I'm really getting picky and choosy with what I'm picking up as new. We shall see. I'm hoping the vinyl bubble's going to kind of burst a little bit and things will start getting affordable again, but I can't see it happening yet. This is a bit plodding, isn't it? I kind of wish they got on with it. Considering it's supposed to be their namesake track. Vocals ready to go. Is it possible to play a CD at the wrong speed? I don't know. I'm going to give them another track, another go. Between Life and Death. It's a CD. For fuck's sake, it's. Sounds like, I don't know if this probably won't translate well for people not from the UK, but there's a comedian over here called Vic Reeves, and he used to do they used to kind of sing songs in a club singer, like an old British old man's club, where people would go on the stage and go her, 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 her. Sounds like this is how he's singing. Oh, that's not good. I feel really bad slagging off bands and things, but so this is their third album. It's on Sleazy Rider Records. This is the third wave. Their first album is called The First Wave. No prizes for guessing what their second album is called. It just sounds wrong. Could be questioning my CD player. I know it's not the best CD player in the world, but actually, it was actually a very kind gift from my friend Jim in Texas. He threw it in. Because it was traditional metal. He knows I'm a fan of traditional metal, but unfortunately, I mean, he normally nails it when it comes to picking out sort of stuff that I've never heard of that I like. But you know, you can't always get it right, can you? It just sounds slow. Okay, that's enough. I'm sorry, Warship. Back to the drawing board with that one. I will give the album, as it was some VCLT, I will give that one a full listen through, maybe while I'm at the dentist or something sometime and have my teeth pulled out. Yeah, absolutely. I only took it off the shrink during one of the other songs that was playing. Got it last week. Jim, absolutely superb package that he sent me. There was about 8 albums in there in total. 2 or 3 I've already shown tonight. You know, only one of them is a dud by the sounds of it. There you go. Mr. Boomerlord, thanks for chiming in. Yeah, someone rated the second album 30% on Metal Archives. Fair play for trying. I think you missed an L out there. I think that was a growler rather than a. No, Marty, I will. I don't know when. I may have to wait some time until I actually forget what it is that I've heard. But I, as with anything that people are kind enough to send me, I want to listen to it all the way through. But oofed. Yeah, yeah. I don't have that little faith in my equipment. I know my CD player doesn't like CDRs. I wish it also didn't like Warships, but there we go. Yeah, like I say, if I do that now myself. I listen to stuff on YouTube. I listen to stuff on Bandcamp. I don't like to listen to the whole album though. I will generally check out bits of 3 or 4 songs of an album, and if that piques my interest enough, I will go ahead and buy the album. So it's not a blind buy anymore. I really don't do those at today's prices anymore. But I do samples rather than listen to the whole thing. Even with the Judas Priest stuff that came out last year, I listened to the single once and I liked it, and I won't go and listen to it again because I know I'll buy the album. Yes. He certainly is a trier, isn't he? God loves a trier, as they say. Yeah. You do that. You do that, Marty. You do that. Okay, we're going to go to something a little bit more uplifting now. Again, I forgot to take the record off the last one I was playing. I'm going to have to do a few more of these just to try and get a little bit slicker. I've got 2 more from my scheduled programming for tonight. I really appreciate everybody joining in. As I said, I wasn't quite sure how this would all work. In fact, I was more excited about figuring out how to configure and link together all the software I'm using. Album drop. All the software I'm using to link my hi-fi and the microphone and the music source coming in so you can hear me or whatever. That to me was, I geeked out on that. That was a lot of fun. That I thought actually I have to go ahead and try it out on a live stream. So yeah, Witch Hazel released their 4th studio album this year. Witch Hazel are from Lancaster. They're quite melodic. I think on their Bandcamp page, they describe themselves as new wave of British heavy metal from like the 1600s. They've kind of got a little bit of that medieval folky sound to them. Not so much on this album, but earlier on. If you see pictures of them, they've got these kind of white tunics and don't really get a good impression of them there. Oh, especially as that's so bright. Hold on. I can't darken that. But they are they're very much of a Christian persuasion. This album is perhaps a little more. They're not really a preachy band. The music's uplifting though, and the music is it's really catchy. I have no reason at all to have been disappointed by this album, but for no damn reason I was. Their first 3 albums were so good, and it was almost like they were getting better and better, but that made it sound like the previous albums were worse, but they just kept raising the bar. This one I don't think raises the bar, even though it's a good album. It's quite a bit more melodic. There's a few sort of slower ones in here. It's incredibly well produced. But I can't put my finger on why I was a little bit disappointed with it, even though it's still a very, very good album. It's certainly better than Warship, that's for sure. that's not saying much. The song I'm going to play is from side A, and it's called Angel of Light. It's on Bad Omen Records. Right, this is quite different from the other stuff I've played so far. Let me just make that so you can hear it. Yeah, they're good live. I saw them 5 years ago now. Yeah, the album was great. Prelude was the first. Very much different change of pace. A blinding white light for desperate times. They're also their second album, the album cover. One of the albums has very much a nod to Wishbone Ash as well on the cover. Their second album, Sojourn. Yeah, Prelude was the first, Sojourn the second, Pentecost was the third, which comes in the heaviest cardboard sleeve you'll ever get from an album. I do like the song though. Oh yeah, definitely. I think anything would have been. I think Skinning the Cat would have been better. Tipple of the day. I Have Nothing. That's an era of sort of rock music that I am pretty much clueless about, to be honest with you. A few of the classics I know, but I don't know many of the bands in that era. See, he's got a great voice. He all sounds so well produced. Yeah, I like haggis. I'm not originally from Scotland, by the way, but I've been here for the best part of 16 years now, a bit longer. But yeah, haggis is cool. Black pudding is alright, on a breakfast of course, but I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to get black pudding. But I have to put brown sauce on it to make it properly palatable. Stornoway black pudding though, from up north in Scotland is supposed to be one of the best, and it's very tasty. For blood. That's a question I wasn't expecting to get today, but any other questions, I am happy to... Angel of Light, which is dumped into the next song. Angel of Light by Witch Hazel, 4th studio album released in 2023. A really good album, really well done. For me, it didn't raise the bar, and that's really unfair, because to have 3 albums that were just absolutely superb back to back, it's just... It's I don't know what I was looking for, but still a great album. Do you know what I mean? When you even though an album was great, for some reason it just didn't hit the spot that you were expecting. The anticipation was greater. So last up, I thought this would go for about 2 hours, so it's not too bad. Night, John. Thanks for joining in, you old bastard. And yeah, see you all next year. I'll see you next year. I'm still here. So the last one of the night, Night Demon, Outsider, 3rd studio album, the long anticipated 3rd full-length album from the West Coast heavy metal power trio. Night Demon are one of my favourite bands. They have been going for over 10 years. Their albums are few and far between. 3rd album, they did do like a lockdown album of covers. They have done a few other things. They've done a double live album. Their first 2 albums are absolutely superb. Outsider is a little different. When this came out, lots of people were reviewing it. Lots of people were commenting about, oh, I don't know about necessarily this song order. I would have put this song in this order. What a lot of people I don't think seem to realise is this is a concept album. The songs do not work in any other order. If you have this album and you have not read the Night Demon story, The Outsider, this isn't lyrics. This is a story about a young gravedigger named Johnny, and he basically finds a portal to another world. Not too many spoilers, but I'm going to spoil it now, so you can mute me if you want. Finds a portal to another world. He finds his alternative self, who has a slightly happier lifestyle, ends up accidentally killing him, pretends to be him. It all goes to shit, and yeah, he gets back. But all of the songs tell the story, and when you read what the story is, you wouldn't get the story necessarily from the lyrics, but you can understand where the lyrics fit in to the story and how the story is explained. And once you know all that, the song order makes complete sense as far as I'm concerned. So there is, it does ebb and flow. There's the fast bits around when the story is galloping and gaining place. There's the melancholy moments of reflection when he's just like murdered himself in another direction, what have you. But this is a really good album again. And the song that I'm going to play is called Escape from Beyond, which is the 2nd track on side 2. Better. This is a banger to end the night on. I'm a bit behind on my stoner metal. I've not picked up any stoner for a while, but I'm going to make a note of that now. Oh yeah, Night Demon are all about the riff. Country Media. The guy on the vocals, who's also the bass player, Jarvis Kennedy, he's also the guy behind getting Sirathungal back together. He plays bass in that band as well. He also manages them, so the whole comeback with Sirathungal has been driven by him for the last 10 years or so. If you've not heard Mike do the second album, we do a song called, I think it's called Maiden Hell. All the lyrics are made up from my Maiden song titles, all put together. I thought the song really clever. Yeah, I kind of agree as a whole album, but you know, I don't think concert albums are ever really going to live up to albums where songs are all individually fantastic, because you've got to tell a story, you've got to, the music's got to match the story. But this is still a superb album. I shouldn't lean and reach. I should get off my arse and lift the needle. But it's late. Right. So I hope you enjoyed that little dive into the small but almost perfectly formed Warship. Let's delve into my 2023 pickups. As I say, a lot of these I did actually get through VCLT, otherwise it would have been a much shorter video from Jim Davis, so thank you a lot to him for the couple of packages he sent me through the year. I'm going to sign off now. It's been great that so many of you were able to stop along and do you know what, Kirby, if you want to set up your own stream and have your own watch party around Warship, I'd rather play a game of battleships myself. Yeah, that's superb. I hope everybody has a fantastic new year doing whatever it is you are doing, and we'll see what 2024 brings for this channel. As I say, it'll be a little bit different. I want to kind of change up the way I'm doing videos, probably more live streams like this, and I'm kind of interested in doing more sort of what's spinning when I'm actually spinning what's spinning. Similar sort of concept, but it'll be hopefully some cool music that you will either know or you will get turned on to, and you can recommend stuff for me as well. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you all again in the new year. Cheers.